Good morning and welcome to 59 Minutes. My name is Levi Kones. This morning we are privileged to have the Honorable Ezekiel Chebunde. He is running for the MCA ward in Sitatunga in Trans Nzoia County. We're going to be talking about why the MCA seat matters in this election. To join me, of course, is the Mheshimiwa himself. Karibu sana.
Asante sana.
Yeah?
Yep.
Running on an independent ticket.
Absolutely.
Tell us a little bit about yourself.
My name is Ezekiel Chebunde. As you have quietly introduced, I'm running as an independent candidate for the seat of MCA in Sitatunga ward in Trans Nzoia County. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah. So, and you know, we are talking about why the MCA seats matters in this election. Why did you decide to run for it? You're running on independent, yes?
Sure.
Why independent?
Why independent? Because I want to give an opportunity for the Wananchis in Sitatunga ward to choose the leader they want. That's why I went as an independent candidate.
Had you tried to do it in a party before?
Yes, this is my second attempt to vie as an MCA. In 2017, I vied, and again this time around, I'm giving it a shot. Yep.
And in your opinion, why do you think this seat is the one that is, lucrative?
I think I should replace the word lucrative with important in this election.
When you you are dodging from the word go.
Yeah, it's important because if our memory serves us well, since independence, this is the second time we are experiencing devolution. In 1960s, we tried devolution. It failed due to political reasons. Then here we are again doing it after the promulgation of the new constitution in 2010.
Yeah.
And it has taken 10 years. And for me, I believe as a candidate for MCA, it is important to take stock of what devolution has done in our county, specifically Trans Nzoia. Have we failed? Where have we failed? What needs to be done? So I believe it's very important for me to represent our people in that capacity as an MCA.
As an MCA?
Yeah.
Devolution, checked in and a lot of things happened. It seems we devolved even the excesses of the national government. I mean, the governors are like small presidents, the MCAs are like members of parliament. Some people would say there has been more harm than good. Would you accept?
Depending on how you see it. For me, I believe, for example, devolution is a very good model of governance, whereby resources are devolved to the grassroots level. And where does an MCA come in? Because it's the link between the governor and the governed, just as you have put it, the small president, at the grassroots level. So the excesses are there in terms of representation, staff and whatnot. But I believe it is an opportunity for us to look on what we can do to improve the life of our people.
How has your county performed in terms of the use of resources?
In a score of 10, I can give them 3, because we are either having incomplete projects. Secondly, we can have shoddy jobs or ghost projects. So we have performed very badly, and that's why I'm saying for the last 10 years, we have very little to smile on devolution in my county. Yes.
For the last 10 years, very little to smile about. That's very sad.
Yeah, very sad. That's why we have given ourselves to vie as MCA candidates.
Yeah.
And for me, there are 3 roles that I believe that are very important as a leader. First of all is representation. Are the wishes of our people represented well at the executive, at the assembly level? Because I believe as a leader, I have a role to represent our people, their issues. Let's talk about infrastructure, that's roads, issues to do with health, issues to do with youths. Those are some of the things we want to articulate at the county level.
Yeah.
We are lagging behind in terms of representation. Oversight. you see, as an MCA, you have a role to play to ensure that the executive actually implements what has been budgeted for, and that process also in terms of oversighting is really taken care of. So I believe we have failed as leaders at the grassroots level, in my county that is, and I believe it is an opportunity for us to take stock of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of people say, you know, when I'm voting, I'm concerned with the president, maybe concerned with the governor, maybe the MP, sometimes, you know, the women rep, the senator. There are many people who do not know who is running for county assembly. And on the ballot box, in the ballot box, that's when they say, you know, Chebunde sounds like a good name. Or maybe
comes from a particular tribe.
Or maybe his face, you know,
it looks familiar.
Like atakula pesa. You know, then they say, 20 na huyu. How important is it for people to take stock of who's running for MCA?
You can imagine. Let me take, for example, in my county. We are given like 6 billion in a year. 6 billion. And that 6 billion shilling is supposed to take care of basic infrastructure at that grassroots level. So I think the most important thing is to do civic education to our people, to understand the importance of MCA. You understand? Because it's that MCA who will ensure that roads are passable. It is that MCA who will ensure that we have, you know, good doctors, nurses. You understand? You know, we have medicine in our hospitals. The president, you know, we are living in a developed system of governance, and there are some things which have been developed, health, agriculture, and so forth and so on. So an MCA is a very important person in this dispensation of leadership in Kenya. So I think our people must understand the importance of this particular seat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They must and pay attention to it actually.
Absolutely.
So in your county now in Trans Nzoia, how have been your campaigns like?
So far, exciting, I can say. I have an experience because, as I told you, I invited in 2017.
Yeah.
So this
time, were you in a party before, or did you just go independent from the word go?
Nilifanyiwa ile kitu.
Kitu gani hiyo?
Ile kitu.
Mimi sijui hiyo kitu.
Hiyo kitu.
Hebu tuambie ni kitu gani inafanyikanga huko?
Hiyo kitu inakuanga tu very simple because sometimes you are a threat to a particular establishment, and so when they see you as a threat, you know, they like, kijana anakuja sana, wacha tumpumuzishe kidogo, and so on and so forth.
So someone got the party ticket?
Absolutely.
So when that person got the party ticket, you know the parties are saying nowadays, you get the party ticket, they tell you coalesce around, you know, the winner. Yeah. Support him, be with him, you know, stay in the party.
Yeah.
Why didn't you?
Let me ask you, ndugu Kones. I don't know, kama wewe ni mwanafunzi umeenda shule, na ifike mtoto yako, maybe mko na watoto wawili, mmoja hajaenda shule, mwingine amekuwa akifanya bidii darasani, alafu ikifika mwisho wa mwaka, miaka 8, darasa la 8, mtoto anakuja na certificate, anasema baba nimepita mtihani, and you are sure hakukaa kwa mtihani. Will you celebrate that certificate?
No.
Yes, so that's simple, you know. It's important to take people through a process so that when they come out of the process, you say, by the way, nilienda, nikaanguka mtihani ama nikapita mtihani, hii ndio matokeo. And you have closure through the process.
Aren't you afraid of the, you know, the suit mentality?
No, I'm not afraid at all. That's why I'm running as an independent candidate. I'm giving an option to the people to choose the leader they want. Yeah, and that's simple. And my campaigns have been driven in a very amazing way, because that's why I'm saying it's exciting. How? Because I'm selling manifesto. There are things that I want to do.
Nauza sera.
Nauza sera. Yeah.
Your sera in a nutshell, what is it saying?
It's time for us to have good roads. My sera inasema it's time for us to have good roads.
Yeah. Maybe tell us, those of us who never been to Sitatunga, before you tell us about your roads.
Yes.
Just where we placing you
in okay, sure. You know. Yeah. Sitatunga is found in Trans Nzoia East, Cherengani sub-county to be specific, Cherengani constituency. So we are on the slopes of Cherengani Hills.
So unaenda paka Moi's Bridge unapanda huko ndani?
No, sifiki Moi. Nafika tu Msibanga, nashuka chini kama naenda Kachibora, the other side kama naenda Kapenguria, huku chini Moi University, former Moi University Bakita, na katia Chepkoyo. So hapo ndani ndio Sitatunga ipo. And then of course we are proud of hosting the Sitatunga antelopes in Saiwa National Park. On the other side we share with Nyerere Ward in the other side. So we carry the name Sitatunga. Yeah, so that's where I come from.
And the roads there you say are in a terrible state?
Terrible states. Somebody, a leader anasema anachimba barabara like 20 kilometers, anaweka maram 1 kilometer, and it's written complete maram. So those are some of the things we want to really fight, so that people are getting the fair representation and fair value of their money.
Yeah.
So that's what I believe in.
That's an issue, because when you talk about that, we're talking basically about corruption,
Yeah.
which is so rampant in counties. I mean, we hear about counties, one, not accounting for the money. In fact, the auditor's report of last year said that there wasn't a single county that did not have questions to answer. What does that tell us?
Corruption is an issue. Corruption is an issue. As a leader, you must have values to respect that office that you represent. But most of us, or most of the leaders, they lack that value and fear. I think for me, I think also fear of God. Some people, if you know God and you serve His purpose, then you will really put your fingers away from the coffers, from the cookie jar, and really just focus on delivering.
We are not short of people who love God in this country. Yeah, guys, churches are full on Sunday.
And
my brother, but we are still talking about, you know, I mean, the paper is rife with issues of corruption, you know, until you say, hey.
But I think if, for example, as a candidate, if you have a manifesto, which is tailored very well, you go to assembly, you articulate your issues, and again, the executive, the budget is there. Why can't you just implement what is being put on papers?
Yeah.
The right way. And I think with that, then, and of course, even the government has the way of finding out who are engaging in corruption. Let them be held accountable. So I believe, as leaders, we have to fight corruption in any way.
We have to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, by all means necessary, as you say.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Senate has just said, you know, county assemblies have protested the move by the Senate to slash the budgets by 1.16 billion from last year to this year. Part of the reason why the Senate is saying they want to slash the budget is because they say that, you know, county assemblies have misrepresented budgets. Sometimes they have returned money where they are not used. Sometimes they have misused or misappropriated. That's the word I'm looking for. Kumbe unajua hii mambo unaenda kwa county. Yes, misappropriated funds. Where you say you are to do a road, but hey, we decided let's do a hospital. You know. And because we didn't budget for it, now come and say, you know, that road we were to build, but you didn't make a plan for it in the first place. And those things are quite a lot. What is your experience with Trans Nzoia County, and what do you think can be done differently?
I believe in public participation. You see, the Constitution gives us an opportunity to do what we call public participation, where the county goes back to the grassroots level, you know, involve the community, involve the people on what things what they want to be done in the next 1 year or so. And you can imagine in some counties we even engage consultants or other professionals to help us come up with what we call CIDP, County Integrated Development Plans.
Yeah.
And I think it is always important to stick into that CIDP. Let us not do public participation as a formality. I think in my county, we are falling into that trap of doing public participation as a formality instead of doing it, you know, to represent the will and wishes of the people. Secondly, I also believe we also lack the capacity of having leaders, or rather MCAs for this matter, who are able to articulate or, you know, think through the issues being presented to them. And that's where we are talking about oversight as MCA. You see, in my county, we have had a problem where the MCAs have gone to bed with the executive. You know? So even slashing of such kind of amount to the county, it makes sense, but it's the people at the grassroots who are hurting because we have had weak representation in the assembly. Instead of going to represent, oversight, and legislate, they go to on bed with the executive. So those are challenges that we want to tackle as leaders in the forthcoming election.
And the challenges that should be tackled, by the way.
Yeah.
And I hear what you're saying. I want to take a quick break and take some messages, and then we'll be right back after this. Don't go away. You're watching 59 Minutes.